Many people are skeptical of lawyers, and what about a lawyer who claims to have been a member of a secret program of the US government that sent him into the 19th century? Andrew Basiago states that a time travel experiment codenamed Project Pegasus used technology developed from the notes of Nikola Tesla. Since 2004, Seattle-based lawyer Andrew Basiago has repeatedly claimed that as a child, ages 7 to 12, he was in a secret government program that worked on teleportation and time travel as part of a DARPA secret experiment, Agency for Advanced Defense Research Projects. Pegasus was preceded by the Montauk and Philadelphia experiment projects. DARPA is independent of ordinary military research institutions and reports directly to the top leadership of the Ministry of Defense. The agency has about 240 employees, of which about 140 are technical specialists. The organization's budget is $3.2 billion. This amount is approximate, as the agency focuses on short-term projects from 2 to 4 years, with temporary specially selected teams. Speaking to reporters, Basiago said, they used children alongside adults to test whether there were differences in the effects of time travel on people of different ages. It turned out that children have an advantage over adults in terms of adapting to the tension in the movement between past, present and future. As one of those time travelers, Basiago claims to have visited the Ford Theater 5 or 6 times, on the night of the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln, and was photographed in Gettysburg in 1863. Basiago claims to have encountered 8 various time travel technologies of the project, most of which include a teleport based on technical documents, allegedly found in the apartment of mechanical engineer Nikola Tesla, in New York after his death in January 1943. According to scientists, time travel is impossible because nothing moves faster than the speed of light. However, Basiago found many supporters, including the popular American conspiracy theorist Alfred Weber. Weber specializes in exopolitics, the secret presence of aliens on Earth and their interference in the politics of different countries. According to Weber, for more than 40 years, teleportation and time travel technology has been available to the US government, but for now it is not allowed to use it openly and gain experience. The researcher told the Huffington Post, long-distance teleportation is a cheap and environmentally friendly means of transport. The Ministry of Defense has had it for 40 years, and the former Minister of Defense, Donald Rumsfeld, once used it on soldiers on the battlefield. Basiago says he has traveled 8 times during his Pegasus project. The lawyer continues. The machine consists of 2 gray elliptical arrows about 2 meters and 40 centimeters high, divided by about 3 meters, between which there is a shining curtain, what Tesla calls radiant energy. This is a form of energy that Tesla is discovering. It is latent and pervasive in the universe, and its properties include the ability to bend space and time. Through this field, the participants in the project jumped into the vortex tunnel, and when it closed, they were at their destination. Basiago said, I felt that the tunnel was either moving at great speed or not moving at all, because the universe was around us. According to him, he not only fell into the past, but once found himself in a historical photograph that captured the visit of President Abraham Lincoln to Gettysburg in 1863. Basiago made this trip in 1972 from a device installed in East Hanover, New Jersey. He says, I was wearing retro clothes and I looked like an ordinary boy. I wore huge men's shoes. It was only about 100 steps from the place of my arrival to the place of the photo. I was photographed very close to Lincoln. Basiago says he went to the Ford Theater 5 or 6 times on the night of Lincoln's murder but never saw the time of the murder. He remembers hearing a shot and witnessing a great commotion in the crowd. At that moment, he was very scared. The lawyer continues his story. Each of my visits in the past was a little different. It was as if I was being sent to various alternate realities located on adjacent timelines. While these visits were accumulating, I came across myself twice on 2 different visits. Sending him back in time to the same place and moment, but from different places in the present, allows 2 of him to be at the Ford Theater at the same time in 1865. After the first of these 2 meetings with himself, I was worried that my cover might be broken. Unlike the trip to Gettysburg, in which I squeezed a letter to the Minister of the Navy, Gideon Welles, to offer me help in case I was arrested, I had no explanatory material when I was sent to the Ford Theater. One day, young Basiago witnesses a failed time travel that happened to another boy. He shared, It so happened that the child's legs were a few seconds late from the moment the main body appeared. He was lying and writhing in pain, and his legs were simply gone. Then the settings of the device were adjusted and this did not happen again. In total, about 100 people participated in the Pegasus project. Andrew Basiago is running for President of the United States in 2016. "I have preliminary information that I will not only run for president," said a statement from the Democratic Party, "but that during one of the elections, which should be between in 2016 and 2028, I will be elected president or vice president." A statement from the Basiago campaign website reads, "For 70 years, the US government has been hiding advanced technologies because they may be social, economic, or technical. These technologies include teleportation technology developed by DARPA Pegasus project. They may also include cancer treatment. The government needs to launch a program to declassify and implement this knowledge, which provides people with the best technology available. This will allow the United States to regain its mantle of a global catalyst for applied science." He also says that he was in the future, in particular in 2054, so he has an idea of the historical pitfalls that the commander-in-chief must avoid. He even claims that he was on Mars in 1981, which is related to building experience in foreign relations. He succinctly mentions, "After all, there were aliens." Basiago says he had talks with Presidents Bush, Clinton, and Obama just decades before. He mentions that teenager Obama served as a chrononaut in the 1980s and traveled to Mars. They were all informed in advance of their presidencies. This is one of the reasons why Basiago decided to make a public Project Pegasus a few years ago. Our secret ability to travel in time informs certain people by creating processes that manipulate the election of the president, adding that the cover-up lasted too long. Basiago did not become president, but his work as a young man during the Pegasus project gave him some intriguing history of the race, as he insisted that the CIA used technology to compile a shortlist of future presidents. "As for Hillary Clinton, I have no data," Basiago said in 2016. "I think it is reasonable to conclude that if he were a future president, there would be prior identification for her. As for Trump, I have a vague memory that my father paid special attention to Trump during his participation in the Phil Donahue show, and may even have commented that he is the future president of the United States." Is what Andrew Basiago claims true? Or is man looking for his 5 minutes of glory? We leave that to you and your judgment. If you like this video, don't forget to share it and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.